Welcome back, League of Legends players and haters. It is me, Aaron Icarus Eisenbar, joined on the desk tonight by none other than the super handsome William Chilling Walks Moi Chef Kiss to my boy over here joining me on the desk today for these casts. We got a couple of super exciting series coming up for you guys today. 100 Thieves Academy versus EG for the first game of our series, followed up by FlyQuest Academy versus CLG Academy. How are you feeling today, Chilling Walk?
Not gonna lie, Icarus, I'm pretty nervous. We're commentating some awesome games today. We're commentating some of these players that I've known for quite a while. Some of these players that I've worked with for quite a while. And I'm excited to watch how these guys play tonight, man. And this is why in this Proving Grounds right now, anyone can beat anyone. You talk to every team out there, they say they can beat anyone. And that is what the motto is today, man. A lot of these guys can just tackle each other. And that's where, when we look at these games, that's why it's going to be a blast, because it's all about that execution, all about draft, all of these small little things that can just shift those scales over to one side or the other. And that's why we're here today to talk about those games, man.
Yeah, and if there's anything we've learned over the past couple of days worth of games, it's that upsets are very real to happen. We've seen so many teams that we see coming in with a higher seed drop out quite early in the tournament. I mean, if we take a look at yesterday's games, we have Cloud9 versus Zeus here, and it was a very close series between the first place Academy team and the 8th seed team coming in from the amateur scene.
Yeah, man, you break down the game one here. Cloud9, of course, in this game one, was looking dominant. They were getting every objective. They got, of course, the soul point. This is that last team fight around the 30-minute mark where they managed to clean everything up. But game two, Zeus is fighting back. RBM was fighting back. You go for the clutch Cloud Soul steal, you turn everything around, but that pushed everything to a game three, where it was so close, but from the minute one, Cloud9 answered with a great level one, and Zeus was just crawling back, man. It was a tough game, and they tried to. They really did, but unfortunately, Cloud9, they come back on top, and they show everyone why they're still the first seed in this tournament.
And it was such a close series here between the first seed from Academy, as we mentioned, versus Zeus here. And, you know, we love to see these very close series coming in from both of the sides here. But the real big upset from yesterday is going to be TL versus Guardians, the Golden Guardians Academy here. It's a huge surprise to see and really say that the second seed Academy winner, also the winner from the Arena of Legends tournament that previously, right before Proving Grounds, drops out as the first team here. TL dropping it down 0-2.
Yeah, honestly, if you were to take any bets on who's going to take this series, hands down, a lot of people will be betting on TL. But yesterday, if you guys weren't there, man, Golden Guardians showed up. Prismo showed up. You take a look at that scoreline in both those games, that man was putting on a damn show. And that's where Golden Guardians, they're making a name for themselves. Shout outs to Prismo and shout outs to everyone for performing last night. But that means that, of course, TL, they're knocked out. Cloud9, they actually knocked Zeus so that they face Golden Guardians on the bottom side of the bracket, as we're going to be seeing on screen real soon here. And that's going to be a match that I'm excited to see too. Prismo versus Zeus. I think we already saw them a little bit throughout the tier 1s and tier 2s going in, but that's where it's just so fun, Icarus. I don't know what to say, man. Like, that's why I think from last night, anyone can beat anyone. And that's why it's so fun to watch some of these guys play.
And we got to give real props out to those who did put TL into the losers bracket to begin with. Barrage coming in from the amateur scene as one of the really well-known amateur orgs that showed up on the day of. And it was still a close series. A lot of people may be looking at TL and say, why did they lose so quickly? Every game with them was super, super close. Barrage versus TL in the first week, super close series between the two of them. Barrage having a deficit in the early game, both games, and then managing to find successful fights in the late game. So we can't really give TL too much flack because it was just great play coming out from the other teams here, and that's what really proves that any team can win here. Just because these teams are coming with a high seed or coming in from the amateur scene doesn't mean that one of them is necessarily better than the other, and we're seeing that time and time again here.
I think that's why it pays a lot of homage to this amateur scene and also the young talent that we have here, right? Where academy teams and the top level amateur teams are duking everything out, and they're kind of going neck and neck. That's where it gets really cool. That's where we see some of these storylines come through. It's not about, it's not about academy teams looking bad. It's not about amateur teams looking way good. It's that, the barrier of entry is real close. And that's how that's how all of us have to further North America's development. And this is where we get to watch that kind of showcase here today, Icarus. It's going to be a banger.
I'm Always super excited to see how amateur teams face up against these academy teams. Unfortunately, today it's just going to be all academy teams, but you guys can see on the screen before you, it is going to be 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses Academy as our first series here. Winner side bracket. Winner of this will be moving on to face off against Cloud9 Academy afterwards, as we saw on the bracket previously. But let's talk about these two teams. And you mentioned you've seen some of these players before, worked with some of these players before.
I mean, 100 Thieves, no question. If you guys were around for the amateur scene last year, you guys are going to recognize three names. If you guys weren't there before, there are three members who are part of that amateur scene that were nurtured and developed for a long time. And those three, it's Nasty, Kenvi, and Poom. And then we take a look at Evil Geniuses. Shoryu is also one of them that's recognized from last Scouting Grounds too, where he was putting on a damn good show. But that's where it gets kind of crazy. We have a good amount of names that came in from the amateur scene. Now, not to mention Tony Top too. So, you know, we look at these matchups. EG, they're kind of developing this super strong early game style, whereas 100 Thieves, they're kind of shifting their way towards the bottom side and playing towards Luger, playing towards, you know, where a lot of these analysts and a lot of these other, a lot of our peers are saying, you know, Luger's someone to look out for. Luger's someone to pay attention to. And I got to ask, man, you know, who's going to take it from 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses? Is it going to be Shoryu? Is it going to be Luger? I'm not too sure. But the matchup that we have seen for sure in the amateur scene is Tenacity versus Tony Top. And I'm down to go back to that kind of thing.
It's going to be super exciting to see between these two teams. You mentioned it, 100 Thieves do like to play around their top side of the map. Kenvi and Tenacity have been playing together since 100 Thieves next. I'm curious to see what Evil Geniuses Academy is going to be able to pull out here in order to get a win. We do know that a lot of their players tend to be very consistent, more playing for the late game, a little bit more of the stalling style. And Jojo Pion is a huge person we're going to have to be looking for if we're looking at Evil Geniuses Academy here. He's a rising mid laner, has been a huge star for their team and likes to play a lot of scaling champions, a lot of these kind of control mages. The only issue is that he's not really that big of a laner. He's still young. He's still learning how to work with his team here, but he's put on such a great performance so far. We are going to be hopping into draft in just a short bit here, and I'm excited to see what these teams got coming up for them.
Yeah, I am excited. Actually, I got to correct you real quick. EG is actually one of the teams that are developing that early game, man. Contracts and Jojo Pion are actually the ones who are pioneering that early game. You know, I was talking to their coach Matt. You know, of course, you guys see him on top of me real quick, but Matt had one thing to say to me. You know what that one thing was, Chris?
What was that one thing?
It was basically, it's just a mid jungle diff, man. It's just a mid 2v2 diff. I'm like, all right, man. I'm down to see it. As well, we take a look at these bans right now. Nar, Tristan, and Thresh being banned away, and of course, Hecarim, Udyr. You know, a lot of things that are relatively standard across the board. Tony Top, of course, you know, has played a little bit of that Nar, but he is one of those big carry top laners that has been pulled out. I'm actually surprised, though, Tony Top actually hasn't pulled out Nar in more of his previous games. He's more known of the Camille, the Jax, of course, Jason, Renekton. Not a lot of Renekton games, but speaking of which, man, EG answer real quick. They want that Renekton in Italy ASAP for themselves. And keep in mind that last set, 100 Thieves were the ones who rocked that Renekton in Italy in that game 1 against FlyQuest, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was a super close series there as well. I think they played against CLG, actually.
Oh, CLG, yeah, that's
right. They played
right.
against CLG last week, but they did pull out the Nidalee Renekton as well. If you're an LS fan, you're already going to be calling sinners in chat over here. Not always believing in this combo, but it's just such a clean combo here. You are able to really line up the Nidalee Spear off of the back of a point-and-click stun from Tony Top here. What I like to see here is that EG is already right off the bat getting that hyper-aggressive early game for themselves, counteracting what Kenvi and Tenacity want to be doing. They don't want to allow this strong top side from 100 Thieves to pop off here, as we do see the Volley Bear locked in for 100 Thieves here.
This is actually really surprising, Igris. I haven't seen Kenvi pull out Volley Bear in all the games that he's actually played. He's mainly been playing Nidalee. He's mainly been playing Udyr, Hecarim, and Graves. This is going to be, I think this is going to be my first time. I don't know about anyone else, but this is going to be our first times watching Kenvi rock that Volley Bear. Of course, this Volley Bear can go somewhere else. If it is going to be in the jungle, it's going to be Kenvi's first time. But this is Tenacity's more comfortable picks on the top side. 100 Thieves have been playing towards Luger the entire time. Even though we know Tenacity is a big carry top laner, he puts on a show on the Bear, man. I'm not going to lie. He puts on some good score lines when he's actually playing weak side. And that's one of the beauty about 100 Thieves Academy. You know, they can't play towards the top side like what they used to do on 100 Thieves Next. But with this new style where they're playing towards Luger and they're playing for those 2v2s and they're making sure Luger is that late game insurance along with Demonte just facilitating some of these fights on that Orianna, 100 Thieves are right now just kind of setting up that formula for that success.
And it's interesting to see that EG they believe that this Volibear is going top lane. They're banning out the Lilia, or they might be trying to force this Volibear into the jungle for sure, as they're going to be banning out a jungler here. Lucian also picked up by 100 Thieves here. They want to try and give Damonte just a scaling matchup. He has locked in that Orianna. Fairly standard pick here. Almost every mid laner has an Orianna in their back pocket. It's a very standard mid-game control mage, and if you're able to pick it up for your team, why not? It's a great combo with the Rel, great combo with the Volibear, both of these diving style compositions, and EG's really sticking to the guns here. They don't believe that this Volibear is going in the jungle, so they're going to ban out the Olaf as well.
You know, I just want to point out that Udir's banned, Hecarim's banned, Olaf's banned, which Kenvi hasn't really played a lot of. The only thing left that he's played recently is Graves. So you're right, either they're forcing that Volibear to go jungle, or Kenvi has to pull out their Graves. We'll just have to wait and see. But Shoryu, I think this is also going to be the first time we're going to be seeing Shoryu rock that Ezreal too. Actually, no, he's played a game. He has played a game, but usually he's more known for that Kai'Sa, which they did ban away. Also, usually playing Xayah, but they're not going to be orientating themselves towards that, knowing that EGP have set themselves up for a pretty solid dive composition. Ezreal, of course, is going to offer that poke that can deal with some of the range that 100 Thieves Academy has with Orianna, but 100 Thieves Academy, they're going hard, man. They're picking that Nocturne for Kenvi, which is going to be, I believe, the first time for Kenvi to perform, and then seeing Luger on Kalista. It's rare to see Luger on Kalista, but when he's on Kalista, and he pops off real well, knowing that he's with Poom, and Poom is a big engage for 100 Thieves Academy team, man. This is basically exactly what 100 Thieves want to do, and I'm all for it.
I'm super excited.
Whoa, wait. Wait. Whoa. Okay, all right. I want to point out something, guys. Tony Top's Jax is 100% insane. And I completely forgot that Tony Top has a Jax counter pick built up for Tenacity. I completely forgot about this. Tony Top gets his most favorite champion that he's known for in solo queue, and he gets to pop off against Tenacity. Oh, man. And then they send the Renekton mid, too, that could still fight the 2-on-2. Oh, EG Academy. Y'all changing some things up, man. I like it.
This is some super exciting flex picks. I love to see these kind of big brain plays coming up at Evil Geniuses Academy. We forgot about the Renekton mid. We forgot that it can flex. I was going to say, you know, Volibear, Nocturne, they can both kind of go top jungle. It might be a big brain from 100 Thieves Academy. It's what we expect with the Nocturne jungle, the Volibear top lane here. And EG coming out with a super flex pick with this Renekton. That means 2 stuns coming in mid and top side here. Nidalee can even use the Alistar, so Contracts has a lot of lanes available to himself. So I'm expecting some very aggressive early game coming out from EG here, as you were mentioning. And
it's crazy that both these teams drafted the way they wanted. That's kind of like a handshake. 100 Thieves was like, you know what? Let's pick Luger something strong on the bottom side. Let's play for those 2v2s, like what Luger and Poom have been doing for the entire time. And, of course, put Tenacity on something that is a little bit better on the weak side. Pick something that can just chill and sustain themselves. For EG Academy, they're sticking true to what they do. Of course, we haven't seen Jojo Pyun play Renekton in the mid lane, but he's played you know, other 2v2s mid laners like Ryze, like Lucian, like Syndra, things that kind of just help facilitate the map along with Contracts. And the EG Academy are just kind of fulfilling those kind of textbook things of what they like to do. This is where both these teams are just getting what they want, and I love it, man. Just you're playing comfort, and I respect that. And now it's basically based on how y'all want to execute.
I'm hoping that Jojo Pyun is going to be able to pilot this Renekton. One thing that we do have to always question when you flex pick champions like the Renekton or these kind of bruisers, when you throw them in the mid lane, is does your mid laner have that within their champion pool? Do they have the ability to perform on this champion? As we hop into game 1 here, 100 Thieves is going to be picking up the blue side, Evil Geniuses Academy on the red side. Standard 5-point starts here. But let's go into, like, where do we want to see these teams starting off on the map?
So far, when we watch EGP, sorry, not EGP, EG Academy, Jojo Pyun has always just looked to push mid and just looked to move around the map, and he's always been the mid laner that's exerted the most map pressure right now across a lot of these other mid laners, and the Contracts has been one of the biggest shot callers for the Academy team. He's going to be the early game leader, and it's showing. If you take a look at their recent games, it's usually them depending on that early game lead, and that's where it can get a little bit risky if you look at the EG Academy team, where, you know, what happens if you don't get that early game lead? You know, what happens if you guys aren't setting yourselves up for that success? That's where it can kind of hurt. And for 100 Thieves, knowing that they are a little bit more disciplined and a little bit better when they're on the back end, knowing that Poom has been better at looking for those engages when they're in a losing situation, I gotta ask and I gotta wonder if EG Academy can kind of go over that hill, go over Poom, who has been renowned for just looking for those clutch engages on the back end and getting 100 Thieves back in. Because remember, man, 100 Thieves Academy, they got some explosive players. We got to take a look at Kenvi. We got to take a look at Tenacity. These two are the most explosive players on their team. you know, they get something going, they start snowballing in, and we talk about 2v2s. Boom and Luger, they're already looking to go and slug it out level 1.
Poom is looking to be the explosive player this game as he goes in at that level 1, is able to not find much for himself besides a decent healthy chunk there. Jojo Pion also getting chunked out in the mid lane here. Demonte showing that he's trying to pick up these control mages as he is a LCS caliber mid laner here down in the academy scene, and trying to prove that he is worthy of going back to the LCS. Luger stepping up gets a huge chunk of Shoryu there, and we're seeing already both of these teams not afraid to play scrappy, to play dirty, and look for these constant fights.
One thing that is very clear there on the map right now, Icarus, is that Kenvi is pathing towards a strong side. You know, he doesn't want to deal with contracts and Tony Top on the top side, knowing that it could be a very volatile 2v2, and also could just coin flip the top side over to EG's side, which I respect, and of course you want to play towards Luger and Poom. So when we take a look at the entire map, it's all based on how you execute those two sides. Can Tony Top and Contract set up some potential dives, or can just pin down Tenacity so he's unable to farm? And same thing for Kenvi. Can Kenvi, Luger, and Poom deny some waves, potentially threaten something else under the turret, or if not that, maybe tackle some of that bot side jungle that could occur if both junglers want a vertical jungle.
And it's going to be up to Contracts to find an early gank here. We are expecting to see him top side. I want to see what is Kenvi going to be doing in the early game here. Nocturne known to be a level 6 ganker, and already we see him kind of hovering towards this bottom side river. He was hovering around mid. Contract so shows up mid. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be the spear. The classic Renekton Nidalee combo comes up huge here as Contracts finds first blood in game 1.
Man, you always got to be wary of that stun, man. Got to be wary of that slice and dice and then point and click stun that just sets up that spear. EG Academy are setting themselves up on the right foot that fulfills the way that they want to play. And now, this is where 100 Thieves, they kind of have to answer back. You don't want EG Academy to go in heavy. Let's take a look at top, though, man. Tony Top is already getting a gigantic health chunk coming in. No decisive strike, though, but they still want to go through.
Ooh, he's going to have to flash here or something. The spear going wide in order to predict the flash. The flash forward. Contracts with the execution and the electrocute. Smited without actually being smited there. Finds himself 2 kills in the early game. And this is huge for Evil Geniuses.
What a mix-up, man. Contract covered all the options of Tenacity. It was like either you're going to flash and I'm going to hit this spear, or you're not going to flash and I'm pretty sure I'm going to take you down with that bite. And it worked out wonders. EG Academy are playing the way that they want to play, where it's going through Contracts, making sure that he's snowballing in this early game. Knowing that Tenacity has blown flash, it also means that Contract can just turn himself right back on the top side, because you take a look at his fellow top laner. Tony Top got flash too. Let's take a look at that mid lane gank though, man.
Oh, stun. Perfectly timed.
And take a look at Contracts. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take this. And then I'm going to say hi to the bear. Stun comes through, and Tenacity already down 50% HP. This alerts them, is like, yo, he's in lethal. And pay attention to this option. Pay attention to Contracts. I mean, he's mind gaming. Tenacity, of course, is going back in and out, but then he has to commit something. That's the option coverage that Contracts is doing so well. He covered all 3. It's like you walk back, I kill you. You walk forward, I kill you. And you flash forward, I kill you. So you're pretty much dead either way, and I love it.
And this is what we need to see out of Contracts. We were mentioning before that Nocturne is getting invaded on here by Contracts. Not going to be able to find the Raptor camp for himself. But I like to see this early aggression coming in from the Nidalee. You don't want to let Kenvi hit level 6 for free here, as once he has that ultimate available, the paranoia is going to allow him to really start impacting the map. He's level 5 so far, looking for a couple more camps so he can hit that level 6. Is still trying to see if he can find something across the map here, but everywhere he looks, Evil Genius is just not in that vulnerable of position. A ward behind bottom lane will mean that if he tries to go for a play here, he's going to be seen out, and some pings coming into this river means that Kenvi isn't going to be able to find a drag for himself either.
It should be able to, knowing that Luger's on the bottom side, knowing that Luger, of course, playing Callista, can secure these dragons. This is going to be really good for 100 Thieves, and this is a good win condition that they can go for. Make sure you're playing towards that bottom side, making sure you're utilizing that priority so you can get these neutral objectives that are favored for you. And once Kenvi is 6, I do want to keep you guys in mind that 100 Thieves can answer the top side when Kenvi has that ultimate. But Tenacity's under this turret, man. He has to try and survive this, but they're just in this turret, and they're going to be going for this dive.
Oh, there's going to be the Stormbreaker. He gets the stun. He gets the turret aggro. 100 Thieves Tenacity is able to find a return kill on a poorly executed dive by EG. Massive for the 100 Thieves Academy.
Tenacity called out that stun. I don't know if you guys were watching that, but that strike, that stun didn't go through because Tenacity hopped over and crushed that. What a well-timed way of just figuring out, knowing that Tony Top wants to go through, but in the mid lane, oh, Demonte.
It's
Oh,
so
Demonte.
easy. It's so clean from Evil Geniuses. Stun, spear, it's over.
EG Academy, man. I think Matt was right. Pay attention to mid-jungle deal. Jojo giving us a thumbs up. Thanks a lot, bro. But take a look at this top dive. Pay attention to Tenacity. He actually turns this out really well. And pay attention to how Tenacity plays it. He's going to set up that E, get that shield, and the moment he reads when that stun comes through, he's up in the air. And then he stuns out Tony Top. What a great way of mixing up those options, because that's where you have to call out. Of course, when you look at Tony Top, he has the agency to kind of swap that out, as we see Demonte just get flashed and speared up. Unfortunate for him, but good stuff from Tenacity. That's what we want to see if you're trying to answer back against EG Academy.
And I love to see that Contracts isn't afraid to go for another play immediately after losing that top lane dive. One of the things that we see very common in these the more academy level of gameplay is that a lot of junglers will go for these big plays, and then when it fails, not feel like they're able to continue to make plays, not look for any more ganks. And with Contracts going back into the mid lane there, he secures Jojo Pion a kill. And I like to see that he's still playing hyper aggressive. He's still looking for every ganking opportunity available to himself. Kenvi is level 6 now. Paranoia is going to be online. And now that he has access to that map crossing ultimate, we need to see what he's going to be able to do to impact the map here.
Yeah, if I'm Kenvi, I want to look for a defensive play. I want to see if I can answer Contracts and see where he's going to be. That's a really good tool of making sure that you're limiting Tony Top, you're limiting Contracts, or the other options, you're tackling Tony Top on the top side when he does have that Counter-Strike available for him. Regardless, though, Rift Herald is going to be taken from the 100 Thieves side because of the resets that were given. EG Academy just weren't on the map at first, so 100 Thieves managed to take it. And even though Evil Geniuses Academy are the ones who have that kill lead and that gold lead, 100 Thieves are kind of winning on that neutral objectives trade.
Smart play from Kenvi, understanding where his enemy Contracts is going to be at, making sure that he's applying pressure to the map despite not being able to get ganks. He can still pressure these neutral objectives. Nocturne has a fairly healthy clear with his passive, giving him constant heals and AoE damage, so he's able to go through his camps. He's going to be going even in farm with this Nidalee as well, so Kenvi may be behind on kills, but he's keeping up at least in experience and farming his camps here. Now it's going to be where we start to see 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses clash a little bit more. 2 minutes until the second Drake of the game spawns into the map, and Contracts is already looking to try and pressure Kenvi out of the bottom side.
Yeah, he's chilling. He is looking for some of these bot camps, but Kenvi is around the corner. He is actually looking to go for this dive on a Demonte. Demonte's actually going to look to clear the way, but they're looking to jump in.
Paranoia is used in order to try and buy some time, but it's not enough. Contracts finds the spear off the back of the stun. They may be blinded, but Contracts with that sixth sense is able to know where Demonte is.
Yeah, what a smart way of just moving around the map. You take a look at the map vision right now. 100 Thieves in the bot side is completely dark, as we do see a fight on the top side. Oh, they're duking it out.
Tenacity is showing his mastery of Volibear up here. He knows his matchup. Flash forward. That's going to be the dash and flash away from Tony Top in order to keep himself alive. So close here. Tenacity. Twice now we've seen him dodge away from that stun.
I was going to mention, man, even though Tony Top is getting the counter pick that he gets, that he wanted, and it's the most ideal counter pick into Volibear, Tenacity's Volibear is clean, man. He's turning this matchup around, and it's all because of that turret dive, the botch turret dive that happened on EG Academy's side. Tenacity turning around, making sure this matchup is also turning around too. Later on, of course, Tony Top will be okay. But right now, Tenacity is answering back and making sure that they do have a strong lane on the opposite side of the map.
Top side going in favor for 100 Thieves is massive here, as we saw that Tony Top was given that counter pick with the Jax that we were talking about so much in Champions, like how hype it is to see him on his signature champion, but not working out so well so far. Maybe have Contracts come top side a little bit more retry here, but Demonte looks to be the bully.
Stop bullying him, man!
Oh, you can't. Why? He's 0-4. Leave my man alone. He's just trying to farm the wave. You can't keep doing this to Demonte. 10 seconds until the dragon spawns, and the mid laner for 100 Thieves is down.
Y'all just taking his lunch money, man. Like, I understand he's a low mobility mid laner, but like, and it's a good way to play, but like, as commentators, it's like, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch, man. However, regardless, when we take a look at the current game, say Contract is the one picking up all these kills. And that's real good for him, knowing that he's still making sure he's able to snowball through. He is opting for that Airfrost. Did not get the chickens, though. Did not get the big chicken nuggies for himself, as Kenvi did manage to take that away. But that is the smite from Kenvi, actually from both. So, regardless, EG Academy are the ones that do have that priority on that bottom jungle. We do see the Baron being stirred up. They are under that vision. But 100 Thieves, they don't have that Paranoia online as of yet. Tenacity doesn't have that ultimate online either. I'm not too sure if 100 Thieves want to contest because that's only 900 HP left.
Paranoia's up
And it's
now.
blind.
Kenvi wants to look for it. The Paranoia comes out. Is he going to be looking for an engage? Hasn't used it yet. They're onto Ezreal. So many teleports being used by both of these teams here. This is the big fight. Dragon will be secured by Damonte. Evil Genius is backed away from that one, but instead they're trying to take the fight. Renekton finds the first girl, Jojo Pion, and gets his way onto Poom, and he's able to take him down. But second Drake of the game, secured by the mid laner of 100 Thieves at the end of the day.
Yeah, EG was like, we don't want this dragon anymore. We want some more kills. And they actually got it. They got more kills, especially on one on a Poom, which is answering that strong bot side of what 100 Thieves has. Jojo Pion's still looking to go in. Damonte has that flash, but look at that damage, man.
So strong from Jojo
biting.
Pion here. Stride Breaker already completed by the Renekton. Lets him force the flash out of Damonte. Just well played here by Evil Geniuses. They have given up another objective, but they keep finding these successful team fights, and they're just putting so much gold into Contracts and Jojo Pion.
That was the first team fight that was all 5 members on the bottom side too. But then we haven't actually seen a full-on 5-on-5 as of yet, because right now EG Academy are just finding picks, man. They're fishing, they're getting the kills that they want to get. They're putting a lot of gold on the Jojo Pion and Contracts. Matt, I believe in you, man. You told me that this mid-jungle duo is insane. Yeah, they're kind of insane. Luger's going to get knocked up and get a little bit poked out, but they do manage to get that Rift Herald onto that top side. But Contracts and Jojo Pion are now back on the map. Luger has to get the heck out of here.
Jojo Pion is trying to double dash in there, flash away from Luger in order to make sure he stays safe. Will mean that the bottom lane of 100 Thieves gets out alive. Meanwhile, bottom side of the map, Tony Top is playing bot, and he's going to town on that bottom lane turret. Finally, Tenacity is able to make his way over there as we continue to see some aggression coming in from Evil Geniuses, trying to pressure this top lane turret. Plates will be going down in about 15 seconds, so if you're not set up to take those platings anymore, it's going to be as much as she wrote here, but the dive may come in here.
I don't know about this. Okay. Yeah, back off, EG Academy. I don't know if you guys want this, knowing that they're back in. Poom wants to actually find an engage.
Poom is the one trying to start this one off. That's going to be Kenvi showing up as well. Damonte is here. Mystiques has to flash forward. He gets a knockup. He gets the blast in order to deny the escape from Luger, but it's Damonte with a shockwave. He finds White Ezreal coming over the wall. Shuri is able to find a second kill for the side of
Contracts!
Contracts, though, blows up Luger. The 80 carry is down. Kenvi and Poom have to try and make an escape here, trying to use the mist in order to get out here. Kenvi one more flash away will secure his safety. Boom.
God.
Boom. I think you're going to be going down here. The wave not in a position. Actually, it's the saving grace for 100 Thieves here. His Evil Genius is going to look for this dive. Boom is trying to pull the wave away from the turret, but everybody from Evil Geniuses is going in the escape, the stun, but it is not enough. Contracts, one last turret shot will not mean it, and an excellent dive coming in for an Evil Geniuses is going to secure them 3 extra kills at the end of the day. 2-9 is the scoreboard.
Contracts turn everything around that fight, man. He almost landed a spear on Kenvi, yeah, sure, but then you saw that mixer coming in. Damonte's not going to get tackled on by more members. Kenvi's here for the backup.
Yeah, it's a dive going on in the mid lane once again here. Evil Geniuses, ruthless aggression in the early game. A back away, though, as Tony Top drops down quite low here. Mystiques might be the sacrificial cow here. He's going to be going down in just a second. Damonte securing that one.
There's definitely some breathing room for 100 Thieves, man. I need to breathe, too. Holy cow. If I'm 100 Thieves, we need to kind of just chill and see if we can stall out EG Academy and their all this aggression that they're throwing out. Kenvi needs to be the person that answers Contracts when it comes to these ganks, but he hasn't yet. That was the one thing that I wanted Kenvi to try and go for, but every time Contracts has been on the map and every time he's showing himself up, he's just getting kills left and right. So 100 Thieves are just not getting the right reads of where Contracts wants to be and what EG Academy want to go for. Finally, they're going to get their first turret for themselves on the top side, and of course, making sure they're maintaining that neutral objective wins overall on the map. But these kills are going to hurt. These kills are definitely going to hurt, man. When we take a look at the scaling on both teams, Tony Top is going to be a super strong supporter that 100 Thieves don't have the tools to answer to outside of Kenvi joining on the party. Shorty is going to be a gigantic person who's just going to be poking people left and right, knowing that he has a Reaver online. We'll have to see if he goes for the Andrews that we have seen EG Prodigies go for on Shiro, or if he's going to be opting in for that Dust Play for himself. But right now, 100 Thieves are on the big back foot, and they have to kind of turtle this out for a very long time.
And instead, they want to fight. Serious Paranoia is going to be going in. They're trying to find Mystiques here. That's going to be the Alistar ultimate popped in order to keep himself safe here. Breaks the fear chain, and so much committed onto just the support. 100 Thieves is not going to be able to find anything as Evil Genius is going to look for another engage. Re-engage coming in from Tenacity here. Hextech flash from Mystiques. Tenacity has to back away using the Stormbringer. Meanwhile, top side of this fight, Tony Top once again dropping down low and has to try and get out. Stun isn't going to find the Jax. It's just a back and forth. Ezreal is going to be throwing out the ultimate. That's going to be the re-engage by Poom, though. It's going to be in the backside of this fight. Shoryu and Jojo Pion, or Tony Top and Jojo Pion, are trying to find the backline, but it is Contracts and Jojo Pion that are able to find the front line of 100 Thieves. Tenacity and Luger go down. 2 kills picked up.
Man, the animals, and I literally mean the animals, on EG Academy did not die. And they were sitting there for the entire time on the back line to tackle everyone down. How crazy is that, where they're the ones who jump in, but then they're shredding everyone, and they don't fall down when 100 Thieves have the ability to just focus fire all of them. Luger was unable to kind of get himself out of the way. Take a look at Tenacity. He goes away, and Poom goes for the re-engage. Demonte resets, by the way, and he thinks he could join the party, but he's very late. Look at Jojo Pion, look at Tony Top, and look at everyone else. They don't even go down because Demonte's nowhere near around this fight because he teleports late. Miscommunication on 100 Thieves' side, where that wasn't a fight they wanted to go for, knowing that Kenvi already blew that ultimate and Tenacity blew his Stormbringer as well.
Demonte re-teleports into that fight and immediately has to blow flash in order to make sure he doesn't get blown up by evil geniuses who had pushed the front of that fight on top of the ward he was teleporting to. So an unfortunate fight for 100 Thieves there. A little bit of miscommunication, as you mentioned. It will also result in the first dragon, first neutral objective here for EG. 3 turrets also picked up during all this time. So we're looking at a pretty hefty 5k gold lead for evil geniuses at just 18.5 minutes into this game. And we keep coming back to it, but Contracts and Jojo Pion, 7-0-3, 3-0-5. These two have been playing phenomenally throughout the early game, constantly finding picks onto Demonte, and now that they have brought those strengths into these team fights, they continue to shut down 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Jojo Pion's confident walking in, man. He's fighting in 1 versus 2, but the backup's already here. 100 Thieves are just overstepping the man. They're not in the position to go for this, and then they just get taken out because they just want the wave to go in. And along with that, Luger falling away, it also means that all these camps that are up, especially this blue buff, are going to be for Contracts, and most importantly, all this control is going to be going over for EGP if they want to pull the Baron real early, and if Tony Top wants to join in on the party. They're stripping all these camps, and eventually Kenvi's going to have nothing to farm. You know, he's going to be a very hungry, just a little piece of shadow walking around the map. He's not going to be looking too good, and I'm very worried for 100 Thieves right now if they want to come crawling back in this game. They made a mistake on the bottom side fights, and I think that might just secure it, but hopefully they can still turtle and chill, but Demonte's been picked on left and right, man. They want to pick on him some more. And look at this.
Demonte just has not gotten a break this game. Yeah. All game he's been focused out here. Zanya's finally picked up for him in order to make sure.
Contracts?
Oh my god, Contracts! Blows up Luger. That's going to be the Zanya he's using in order to try and get himself out to safety.
He's out!
Over the wall. He takes the blast code.
He's out!
Saved. Tenacity isn't going to be able to find the engage on that one. Now it's Tenacity that finds himself in the back of 4 members. Has to use the Stormbringer in order to get himself out alive there. And Rift Herald popped during all of this Contracts with the heist getting Luger.
You can't teach that, man. You can't teach that kind of balls that Contracts has. He went in there into 3, and he lived. Because of that, they're going to pull this Baron, and all of 100 Thieves are nowhere around the map. You take a look at the top side quadrant. They have all that vision, all that control. Even if they did, they could probably turn this around. EG Academy are putting on a damn clinic. And you know who's leading that right now? It is the man in the jungle. Contracts. So sick, man.
He is trying to make a name for himself and prove to all the LCS teams why he belongs back up in the professional scene here. 9-0-3, absolute pop-off performance. And what an excellent use of that Zanya's and the flash in order to get out. Comboed it perfectly into the leap and blast cone, by the way. The perfect escape plan coming in from Contracts here. An absolute heist, if you ask me, but what is it that 100 Thieves can do at this point in order to try and pull themselves back in? If you ask me, I'm looking at the shutdown gold from Contracts. You were close to picking him up there. He has no flash now. So an extra 700 gold might be the thing that 100 Thieves need here.
I don't know, man. Watching EG Academy play, it's not that you know they're having a better comp or anything else. They're just like playing out of their minds right now. Well, Contract for sure. Jojo Pion helping him back himself up is also playing damn well in this game. And that's where I'm enjoying all of it. I don't know if they want to go in. They do find a catch.
Paranoia, Shockwave,
Oh,
all
top,
used
yeah.
onto Tony top here. Damonte's going to be able to find that kill, but what do you give up for it? It looks like they're going to be giving up their top side inner turret here. All of 100 Thieves has to back or rotate over. They might even be looking for the inhibitor here. Baron buff is available for members. Wailing away at this inhibitor turret. That's going to be the inhibitor turret going down for sure for the side of 100
They can't
Thieves
contest.
here. They can't contest. They don't have Paranoia. They don't have Shockwave. Inhibitor
Exactly.
is going to be given up here for a pick in the mid lane.
I do like that 100 Thieves are answering back in the mid and the bottom side. Luger is the one who does take the bottom outer turret, and along with that tenacity tackling in the mid outer. But, yo, EG Academy are kind of calling 100 Thieves bluff. They're like, you better try and come and tackle us in this base, or otherwise, we're going to try and break it through. Instead, one of the Nexus turrets is barely going to stay alive, but EG Academy are running away with murder.
Luger was in the bottom lane this entire time. Yes, he was able to pick up that bot lane turret, but what did he give up for it? The top lane inhibitor? They almost lost a Nexus turret as well, and fortunately for 100 Thieves, that mid lane turret goes down on its own, but it's going to be without anybody there to pick up the local gold. Dragon will be started up by 100 Thieves here. They will be able to secure that one. Great awareness from 100 Thieves in order to pick that one up off of the reset from EG, but it's putting 100 Thieves on Soul Point. I don't know if they're going to be able to ever make it to Soul, though.
You have to take a Gale, man. If I'm 100 Thieves, that might be one of the only ways you come back, is to get the soul, and if you live long enough, get to the Elder. That's the last desperate play. You have to stall everything out, man. 100 Thieves, that's the only hope you have, because your camps are going to now be stripped from EG Academy. This entire jungle, you can't walk in. You know, Kenvi is not going to be looking too hot because he's not able to farm anything. Take a look at the jungle discrepancy. Contract's 2 levels ahead of Kenvi, man. Like, it's so hard to fight for 100 Thieves, and they have to make a long-lasting defense for the next 10 minutes. But that's 10 minutes, man. 23 minutes in already. EG Academy are the ones who are showing up against 100 Thieves. I don't know if you can survive another 10 minutes if I'm 100 Thieves, man.
You can't make a mistake during all that time. If anything, you have to find successful team fights, and with so much available for evil geniuses, it's going to be insanely difficult for them to be able to find a successful team fight here. Luckily for them, the Baron buff has worn off, so they no longer have to worry about super empowered minions, but they do have to worry about Tony Top split pushing on the bottom side of the map. Tenacity has rotated over to deal with this Jax split push, and it's... Again, we were mentioning it before that, it's going to be Kenvi that has to force the split push to end here. Paranoia used, but a flash away from Tony Top means that he's able to keep himself safe. Stormbringer also used during all that time, so double ultimates committed by 100 Thieves, and they're still not able to find anything.
It's so unfortunate because they have to go for these trades to blow these flashes. That's how you're supposed to stall these out, but it's going to be 3-man Shockwave. It doesn't result in a lot outside of a potential disengage from EG Academy, but even then, EG Academy is still doing damage. Maybe Hunties want to turn this around, but they're being stalled out, man. Look how much CC they're throwing for the disengage.
Yeah, you can't be engaging into a Nidalee and Ezreal like that. Damonte is able to find the first kill to find onto Jojo Pio, but Mystique, he finds the triple knockup, double kill for Damonte. No damage was able to follow up on top of this Alistar support, and now Evil Genius is trying to continue to look for this poke. They want to see if they can find a kill here. It's not going to be enough, though, as the minion wave cleared out by 100 Thieves. They're just going to keep committing to this turret, but it's got extra resistances. I don't know if they're going to be able to pick it up.
Yo, EG Academy, okay, back off. Don't get overconfident now. Don't be playing with your food, okay? Just back off, take the resets. Teleport's coming in, by the way, from Damonte. He wants to collapse on this because EG Academy, they should know that they're going in, but Contracts goes in for that back spear.
Damonte is able to find one, but Contracts finds the other. They're going to be able to continue here. Flash, that's the fear. Does he have the Zhonya's available? The fear does come out. Kenvi is on the backside. He's forcing him away. Zhonya's dodges away from the shockwave, but he's 100 health. He gets the heal. He's staying alive. No, he makes it up. There's absolutely no way. Contracts, man. You can't do this. Teleport.
Oh, man, they
Tony
continue
Top. The Jax is here. Is it an overextension by 100 Thieves here? Are they going to be able to make their way out? Is this going to be the game? They're running away as quickly as they can. Damonte, the dissonance, buying so much time with that slow. They're trying to make it out. But that's the spear. That's the engage. He finds himself. He gets over the wall. Kenvi has to try and make his way out here, but Tony Top is re-engaged. Damonte is able to find Jojo Pion. Contracts, he's still going. This Nidalee is insane, and what we thought was going to be an execution, EG turns it around, and Contracts still is killless, deathless.
What am I watching, man? What am I watching? Contracts
the cleanest
is so
Nidalee I've ever seen. That's what I'm watching.
Ever seen. You guys want to watch how to play Nidalee? You watch this stream right now. Contracts is playing so damn good, knowing that he's able to swing that overstay. Of course, EG Academy did make a mistake. They overstayed around that for that middle inhibitor turret. That should have been a mistake. But Contracts turns that around. He snipes Pume in the back, and then he lives, and then he gets Luger too. That basically puts everything back on neutral for EG Academy to take this game, and knowing that Baron is the only thing up for both these squads, 100 Thieves have to see if they can get this or see if they can just stall this out. Again, 100 Thieves have the same game plan from this point onwards. But take a look at Contracts. This is where he managed to snipe Poom. And take a look at this. He hops over the wall. He flashes behind Kenvi. Kenvi still gets a snare off and that Strybagger, but pay attention to this Hourglass. He activates at just the right time.
Oh. Dash. He gets the pounce. He gets the heal. He gets the escape here. Like, there's no way. He should be dead here. He's dead to rights.
Oh, Icarus, that was the sexiest Hourglass I've ever seen, man. He turned golden. My God. Oh, living through all of that and then killing Luger at the end.
That whole play was illegal. He should have been dead, but Dragon spawning onto the map in 5 seconds here. 100 Thieves wants to try and pressure this one. Baron is also available. Both these teams want to get the priority around the mid lane for themselves here. It's going to be the Paranoia. They're trying to force their way onto Tony Top on the top side of the fight. Another fight is breaking out, and it is going to be Evil Geniuses who have the 4 members there. Ooh, Contracts able to find the first one on Luger. Tony Top picked up on the bottom side, but what is happening to the rest of 100 Thieves? Double kill picked up for Contracts. The Nidalee is too clean. Jojo Pion finds the third. You forced an engage onto the Jax, but you lost the rest of your team, 100 Thieves. That's going to be them shoving down the mid lane here. 100 Thieves, they are looking, or Evil Geniuses is looking to end this game.
That was a split fight called in from 100 Thieves. They want to see if they can tackle Tony Top. They dedicated 2 members on that front. It was a 2-on-1 and then a 3-on-4. And that 4 had Contracts and Jojo Pion. You can't win that no matter what, man. And that's where 100 Thieves, they kind of bit that bullet. They're still trying to stall out the game, but this Dragon's coming up. 100 Thieves, they're not on the map. Tenacity ain't up. Poom ain't up. We want 100 Thieves to get that. If you're a 100 Thieves fan, you want them to get this Infernal Soul, but they can't get this. Kenvi doesn't have Paranoia. He doesn't have Flash either. So EG Academy, they're stalling out on 100 Thieves win condition. The later this game goes, maybe you can depend on DeMonte landing an insane 5-man shockwave, but I don't know if you can start this. EG Academy can call you out and stall this out. 100 Thieves can't start this unless they're going for a Hail Mary fight.
They might just be looking for a Poom walking up forward, trying to find some ward coverage, trying to see if he can cash anybody out of position. But 100 Thieves, yeah, they recognize that they cannot start this Baron. The Dragon was taken too quickly. Contracts was the only one who was starting that one up. So everybody else on EG ready and available to take a fight around the Baron pit if 100 Thieves had decided to start that one up. Instead, they decided to back off. They're going to clear out some of their topside camps and make sure that they have some ward coverage around this Baron because they don't feel that EG is going to try and force end just quite yet. And I'm surprised to see that 100 Thieves are still in this game. They've done a great job of stalling the game out so far here. And we really got to give them some props for that because that last team fight, I thought for sure was the end of the game.
I mean, that's why I'm sweating so much, man. Like, I think EG Academy should have ended this game like maybe 3 minutes ago. But it's 30 minutes in, and 100 Thieves still could potentially have a chance. There is a world where they turn this fight around. They turn this game around from minute 1 all the way now from this point onwards. You have some scouting. EG Academy is going to be looking to control all this topside river, but we have to take a look at if 100 Thieves can kind of clutch this. It's all on that clutch factor on Shockwave. Clutch factor on that Wombo combo that they do have. If they get all 5 members in a small little choke point, they just set up a Jujutsu Kaisen domain on them, then we can see 100 Thieves taking the victory.
Ward coverage on the top side of the map cleared out by Evil Geniuses here. They do not want to let 100 Thieves get any kind of picks. They know that Nocturne is going to be looking for that Paranoia. They want to ideally find Contracts, get that 700 gold shutdown. They want to find the Nidalee jungler as well so they can try and pick up this Baron that has been sitting on the map for quite a while here. Spear lands. Kenvi, he wants to start something here. You can see the aggressive posturing from 100 Thieves, but it's Evil Geniuses that are able to find something. Flash into the backline coming in from Jojo Pion, but it's not going to be able to find much here. Kenvi is trying to keep his backline safe, but Shuryo is going to town. Tony Top also finds himself a kill, and it is just too much gold in the pockets of Evil Geniuses Academy here. A clean 5-0 at the end of the day. Evil Geniuses find the perfect team fight to end out game 1.
And it was all because of Jojo Pion stalling everything out, man. He created that battle lines and split everyone else up. Because when Jojo Pion went in, 2 members of 100 Thieves also went in, and that's not what you want to see. You want to make sure 100 Thieves, as all 5 members, are all diving in when EG Academy are all clumped up together. But Jojo Pune just shifted those battle lines and made sure that they were fighting on two fronts, and it worked out. EG Academy take game 1 all the way.
And you know, we talked about during Champion Select, we talked about it before this game, Evil Genius Academy, they want to play for the early game. They want to play around their mid and jungle duo here, and that's exactly what we saw. I had questions about the Renekton, and Jojo Pune showed up more than anybody could have asked him to, guaranteeing 2 kills for contracts within the first 5 minutes of the game there, I think. He did so much work on that Renekton.
Not even that, man, but we gotta talk about contracts, man. The man went deathless. The man put on 2 highlight reels. He jumped into all 3, and then he made a grand escape. And then he got a snipe, and he made a grand escape. If I am 100 Thieves Academy, this Nidalee has to be high value. Either ban it away, or you got to take it for yourselves, because we take a look at both these junglers. Kenvi is a Nidalee player. Contracts is also a Nidalee player. Something has to happen with both these junglers, because putting Kenvi on Nocturne, one of the champions that he hasn't pulled out until today, and a champion that he hasn't really, and also any other champion that he would have played, that he has played, is Graves. He didn't pull that out, and I don't know, man. 100 Thieves, they have to kind of go back to the drawing board, think about this jungle matchup, and see what they want to do with this Nidalee. You're going to give it to Contracts again? Not after that game. I wouldn't bet on it 100%, but you do have to take it away. Either get rid of it and make sure that Contracts is not on a champion that can facilitate that much of an early game setup. And along with that, making sure that you guys can pin down Jojo Pune, because he's playing Renekton, he's playing all these 2v2s, and it basically gives Contracts a free dinner every night.
Insane early game prowess coming in from Evil Geniuses Academy. You do need to put more of an emphasis on Kenvi here if you're looking at 100 Thieves, because they play for top jungle. Why do they leave jungle pick towards the very end? They're allowing for Kenvi to get banned out throughout the stages of Champion Select, and he's put onto Nocturne. We didn't see a successful Paranoia almost the entire game, honestly, especially during the early game. We didn't see him get that first one off. Did not result in many kills, and so I want to see more priority coming out for 100 Thieves. Give your top laner, give your jungler, especially the champions that he likes to play, and make sure that you're utilizing Kenvi and Tenacity and their hyper aggression, because that's their win condition. That's what they're looking to do here.
Yeah, as long as 100 Thieves can just slow down the aggression of EG Academy, which is right now their bread and butter, then 100 Thieves have a chance. 100 Thieves is a very versatile team, but this is the reason why EG Academy caught FlyQuest off guard, is due to that early game, is due to Contracts with that pathing, setting himself up for that gank because the wave stats that Jojo Pine's throwing over. And then along with that, Contracts just move around the map because his lanes now have priority. That's one thing that 100 Thieves have to be mindful of when they approach this next draft and this next game.
Speaking of the next game, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be throwing it over to a quick break here. Evil Geniuses Academy pick up game 1 in a commanding 3-0 Nidalee game coming out from Contracts here. Absolute star performance coming in from the jungler of Evil Geniuses Academy. 100 Thieves hoping to bring it to a 3-game series, though. We're going to throw over to a quick break. Don't touch your browser. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Got my popcorn, man.